Hello everyone. Today we are starting what I'm calling my single eyeshadow tour. And I'm starting with Terra Moons because they are the brand besides Lethal. I might actually technically have more Terra Moons, but they're the super spectacular ones as opposed to the Lethal ones or mattes, and I kind of want to swatch and get into some stuff. So this is almost all of them. Here's my iridescents. Now these are everything in the first two rows in this one are the iridescent chameleons, and then these are just regular duochromes from their line. And then then I'll show this. These are regular shadows, like regular duochromes. These are the gray-based multi-chromes or other adjacent special new shadows. These are the original Cosmic Chameleons. Down here are the Lunar and Solar Chameleons. I have them together because I bought them at the same time, and I don't remember which ones are part of which collection. So we're going to do them together. And then I have my black-based multi-chromes over here. So probably going to have to split this up into two different parts. But let's start with the iridescents because they're my favorite thing in the whole world, at least in makeup. So I'll do a few at a time and show you up close. I've got the camera zoomed in a little more to show a little more detail. So this is the first one. This is Zero Gravity. It is a fluorescent UV purple. Wow, it's so cool. I don't know. Yeah, you can see how ultraviolet it looks. Super cool. I love using that as this is a face highlight as well. I think it is so beautiful. And just to clarify, natural light coming from this direction, and I do not have my ring light on right now. If I feel like I need it to get a better shot, I will turn it on. This is Euphoria, and this is adjacent to Zero Gravity in that it is a like purpley color, but it goes more purple to pink, whereas this, I think you can see the difference here. It's very blue based, and this is more like pink based purple or like a red based purple. I also love using this as a face highlight, and you can see a lot of these have pretty significant dips in them. This one is looking good. I'm gonna have some pan in some of these soon, at least I'm hoping anyway. This one is the infamous Red Giant. This is the first red iridescent multichrome that I was aware, or that I became aware of. Now there are a few more that are very similar to this available from different indie brands, but this is the OG. It has slightly more of a base. I think you can tell it's like slightly gray at the very edges, which Zero Gravity and Euphoria do not do, but you can see red and the orange, and there's the yellow and the green. Let me get the ring light on because you can't really see the green. There's the orange. There we go. You can see it flashing to the green on the edge there. And then the fourth one, the last one that I'll do with this group, is Astral. This one might be my favorite one. Oh my goodness. It's kind of like Red Giant, except it's more orange. Like it doesn't get as red. It starts at orange. Oh, look, you can see the orange of Red Giant. Holy macaroni. Wow, look at that. Love that. Okay, so this is Astral up here. And you can see the like orangey peach. Come on. The orangey peach. But then it flashes a yellow and then to a green. So I'll turn that off again. These are the first four. They're super spectacular. I love iridescent multichromes. You. I'm just going to kind of leave stuff on my hand, I guess. We're just going to accumulate as we go. And maybe I can do some final close-ups at, like, before I wash my hand off. Okay, this one is Phoenix. Now, this is one of the ones that has, like, a stronger, silvery kind of blue base. I think you can tell, but you'll definitely be able to see more when I swatch it. Yes, you can see the silvery blue at the edge, but the orange to like the bright yellow, I'm trying to make sure it gets smoothed out all over my fingers so the curves of my finger can try to show the shifts better. Super cool. And very similar to that one is, this is Saturn's Rings. I know this one had like some batch issues, I believe, but mine has been okay. I've been keeping an eye on it, and this one has the slightly more silvery base too, but not as much as Phoenix. But you can see it's a very strong yellow, and it goes to like a lime green. It's kind of less shifty in that way. It's pretty yellow green, like there's not a third presence, at least that's really strong that I can see. This one next up is Solar Flare. I've hardly used this one. I bought the entire bundle of Iridescent Multichromes like almost a year ago today, which is really fun. Okay, the bracelet has to come off. It is harshing the vibe. So, Solar Flare. It's very similar to Saturn's Rings. You can see, and I'll show you them beside each other on the finger because they're really similar in the way that they shift. I'll turn the ring light on. You see what I'm talking about? It's just like a slightly less metallic version of that same thing. At least for all intents and purposes, you won't be able to tell a huge difference on the eye. And the last one I'll do in this set of 4 is Lunar Spectrum. This is another one I really haven't used as much, but it's not because it's underwhelming. I just forget about it. Like, it's not, did you see me just smush that in there? It's not one that I think about a lot, but I don't know why. It's similar in shift, I believe, to the new Kaleidos Multichrome highlighter, the gifted one. It's pink, like a light pink, and then it shifts to a yellow to a gold. You can see the shift to the gold there. And you can see these all have basically the same undertone of shift. And then odd one out over here is Phoenix. But those 3 are really similar. This one makes itself distinct with the pink, but honestly not too different. And this, we know, is not like my favorite genre of eyeshadow. Yellow flash is just not normally my thing. I'm gonna start running out of space on my hand, but how fun. Maybe I'll start doing it on my palm. I mean, we've already got some sparkle there, so we'll see what happens. Next is Time Shift. Now, this next little lineup is also really similar. So this is Time Shift. It's pretty yellow-green, very reminiscent of the ones that I just swatched, pretty much. Like a little more green, like you can see it goes kind of grass green at the edge over here, but overall looks really similar. And then Eon, which is basically the exact same eyeshadow. You can see the shift colors are the same. The base is the same. And it looks like maybe the technical difference is that this one goes a little bit more lime green at the edge, whereas this one goes more grass green at the edge. You can see, but like, oh my goodness, they're so similar. So if you are trying to decide, I would not get both of them. If I went back, I would not get both of them. But since I have them, I'm going to keep them because they were very expensive. This is Lightyear. This one's also infamous, and for good reason. It is so special. You can see kind of how special it is in that I just did. So it has this, it's very similar in the flash to these other two, but it's super strong green. I'm not sure how well you can see. Let me turn the ring light off. It's a yellow and then a very strong green, and it almost goes to like teal at the very, very edges. It's very pretty. And you can see they're all pretty similar to each other. And then the last one I'll do is Space Baby, which is the teal one. Look at that. So brilliant. So it's green, teal. We get a little bit of like a purple at the edge. And this is what these look like. I'll turn the ring light back on so you can see their shifts that way. Very pretty, very cool. These we're starting to get, or we're more into my territory again. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands after I finish these, but I'm going to try to do my best to give you unobstructed swatches. So this is the last Iridescent Chameleon. This is Ice Giant. And I also really don't use this one very much. I don't think of it as having a distinct like color shift or presence. Like there's a faint green and like a faint pink, but overall it just kind of comes across silver. Like I think you can tell from this distance. Like if you put it on the inner corner, it looks more silvery. It doesn't, you can't really get that green to show up on like the inner corner or something. Now using it as a highlighter, I can see the green, which makes it more fun, but I often don't think to grab this for a highlighter because I have all the Kaleidos ones. So this is one of just the duochromes. This is Europa. This is one of the first 4 that I bought when I made my first purchase from them. And it is a pink gold. You can see this one's a little chunky. This is a pink gold duochrome. And it also kind of has some of that gray cast in the base, but you can see it also shifts peach, like a peachy yellow, completely on the other side. So here, and then the front facing like peach. It's really cute. I think it's cute for being one of their $8 shadows, especially because getting something that shifty for that price is really cool. And then this is one of my favorites. This is Atlas. I know in my, in one of my recent, I think in one of my Build Your Own Palette videos, I talked about Cleona Glow being similar to Terra Moons Astral. And I will be able to show you now that it's like a bluey teal, and slightly silvery. Like it's the most true blue. I'm on the hunt. If anybody knows of a true blue iridescent multichrome, like give me ocean blue, cerulean blue, something like that. If you know of anything, please let me know. Because right now, this is the closest that I have, and it doesn't quite do everything that I want it to. And I'm going to clean my fingers off right now so I can show you these ones next to each other because, again, we have a very similar situation. So these 3 are basically the same. Again, this is Snow Globe. I'll wait to swatch them all together so you can see like a yellowy green. And then this one is Celine. A yellowy green. And then this one is Caron. Look at that, a yellowy green. Now I will swatch them. So this is Snow Globe. This is Celine. And this is Caron. So Snow Globe, Celine, Caron. They're like almost literally the exact same thing. So I think Snow Globe is the best one out of these in terms of the sparkle of the finish. I think you can tell the difference that Snow Globe is a little more special. So if I was buying again, I would just get Snow Globe and not get the others, but what can you do? So I'm gonna go wash off all of this sparkle and come back and we will move into the big palette. So I'll see you guys in a second. Welcome back. Let's begin with the very, very special fun sparkle ones. And I'm trying to come up with a strategy because I know that I'm gonna split this into 2 parts. So maybe what I'll do is do these 2 smallest groups, the black base multichromes and the original cosmic chameleons, and that will be all for this first one, and then I'll do those in the second. Bless you, Gooby. I don't know if you guys heard his sneeze, but it was a big sneeze, huh? So I'm gonna start over here with these black base multichromes. I only have 5 of them. I'm gonna scoot this out of the way so we can just spotlight each one here. So this one is Looking Glass. It is a teal, you can see purple. It's this is a traditional multichrome. Like there's a lot of brands that have a shadow that shifts like this. So I just happened to get mine from Terra Moons instead of like Cleona or something else. So you can see the blue or the teal and then purple, and then there's like a pinky red underneath or at the very, very edge of the shift. Super cool. Yeah, you can see with the ring light really well there. So I have that one, which is, it's really smooth. I think you can see, like it's a metallic looking one. And then this is Head Rush, another black based multichrome that is metallic. It's got like you see fuchsia, and there's like a goldy yellow, and then at the very, very edge, you can almost see you can see there like a burnt orange at the very, very edge. So those are both super beautiful. Black base multichromes are not like my go-to, just because they're a little more finicky to work with, because if you blend them too much, you can see here you get like a grayed edge, and it makes it so pretty. It makes it a little difficult to get a seamlessly blended look in the way that I want to. So I guess I'll have to do one on my thumb too, that way I can fit all of them on my fingers. So the next one is this one. This next one is Hyperion. Yes, and it is super cool. It looks taupe straight on, kind of like a pinky taupe. And it goes green, and then you can see the very bright green to yellow that way. So let me do this. That was just like one swipe down. You can see the green here and the taupe, and then the vibrant yellow. Like, oh my goodness. Another super unique one. I think it's super cool. 2 more, and they are my favorites. So Mood Ring is the first black base multichrome I got from Terra Moons, and I'm obsessed with it. It is another traditional type of shift. This one is a little more unique. At least it was. I'm not sure about stuff that has come out more recently, but this one is not super unique, but it is so good. So you've got like a rich jeweled green, and you get kind of towards a more grassy green and a blue, and then you get navy at the edge, and then you can see this way the navy a little bit better. And then finally, this is my newest one. This is Solar Expansion, and I just recently got this one, and I used it for the first time today, and I'm obsessed with it. It is so dynamic. You can see the very edge of that over there. So let me swatch this one to show you. So from straight on, you can see it's got like it's like a pinky mauve-y kind of situation, and then you've got some gold, and it's got a strong green at the very edge. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out, you can see the green at the edge there. I'm trying to figure out the best way to show, and then there's that too. It's so dynamic, and this one is more textured. You can see there's like some sparkle and stuff, whereas these are really smooth in finish. So that is all of my black-based multi-chromes. So I'm gonna clean off my fingers now, and we will talk about the original iridescent, or the original Cosmic Chameleons. Okay, so these original ones, some of them, they're categorized into two types of shadows. At least I think so. These first three are the ones that are like, was this supposed to be like a super dynamic, unique, cool shadow? Because if it was, the mark was not quite reached. And then there's these, which is, if they were trying to make a unique, cool shadow, they did hit the mark. So I will swatch them in those groups so you can see. So this first one is Terra Sphere. You can see like a little gold that way. I'm giving them the best setup possible to show their stuff. So there's a little, you can see the yellow, but it's just pink. Like, yes, there's technically that on the edge, but it's pink. If you put it across the lid in almost every single lighting situation, it's just gonna look pink. It's not gonna look like it's shifty or anything. So do not recommend this one. If you want something that is pink like this, I would recommend Antares, which I'm gonna talk about in the next one. So stay tuned for that. This one is Solstice, and you can see it's once again technically has some shift there, but it's orange. It's just orange. Like it has like an orange, like it's metallic. It looks good. There's a little gold like this one, but like it's an orange. I think it was $13 for these. I would not pay $13 for shadows that look like that. Not with my money, at least. And then this one is UFO. Yes, Raven. Yes, ma'am? Maybe she doesn't have anything else to say. You can see here, this shift, it's got like a slight pink. Yes, it technically does. Hi, honey. But it's purple. It's just purple. I feel like this one that I just got, which is Chasing Comets, is going to be what I wanted that one to be, but I'm not sure exactly. We'll see. Hold on, let me Pet Raven. Let me get my fingers cleaned off of Pet Raven. Information for anyone curious. UFO and Solstice both stained. I washed my hands with like soap and water for like 45 seconds and it didn't come off. So, I don't know. Just some information to have. This one is Orion's Belt. And it's a blue and it's got some stuff going on. It definitely starts to bring something more unique to the table. So you can see like a tealy green shift and then this bright blue and a lighter blue at the edge. It's really pretty. It is almost exactly the same, if not exactly the same, as Cleona Crown Jewel. If you have that one, you don't need this one. And then this is Radiation. And it is probably the most spectacular one of these original Cosmic Chameleons. It is this lime green, and you can see there's a strong reflect of yellow, and then also some regular green sparkles. But you can see it's more textured. Like this one's slightly more textured, but you can really see the difference here in this compared to the other three that I swatched. And the last one is one that is probably more known, is Moontide. Now this one is a purple, living her best life. Absolutely love it. It's a cool tone purple, and you can see there's so many colors of sparkles. So we've got blue sparkles. We've got some like yellowy green. You can see the green that way. These are cool. I feel like these, if you don't have a lot of special shadows like this, these are definitely worth it if you think that the colors would be something that you're interested in and would use. But I do not recommend the other ones. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a couple. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here, and I will do a part 2 with the rest of my regular duochromes, the gray base multichromes, and the lunar and solar chameleons. So if you want to see that, make sure to stick around. It'll be following this one pretty shortly, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, friends.